This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
We head to the Helping Hands Society to see how preparations are going for their annual telethon next. Good evening and thank you for joining us at SSPTV News in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513 and in SD on Channel 13. I'm Ken Karen. I want to remind you to subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with news and all your favorite local shows. Now to our headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. There was no threat, but the rumor of one triggered high absenteeism today at one local school. Hazleton Area School District Superintendent Brian Uplinger sent out a text alert and posted a statement last night on the district's Facebook page in response to the rumor about the Freeland Elementary Middle School. Part of his statement reads, quote, HASD is aware of rumors surrounding a possible school shooting at Freeland Elementary Middle School. An investigation conducted by Freeland Police concluded there is no threat, unquote. In a statement to district staff today, Superintendent Uplinger explains that a Freeland student overheard another student say something to the effect of, quote, I'm not going to shoot, unquote. The incident took place after school hours and off school property. When questioned, the student or students who supposedly heard it could not identify who said it. However, the superintendent says that it led to a post by an adult on social media that was completely untrue. The superintendent says absenteeism at the Freeland School was terrible today, with 287 elementary students and 119 junior high students not in attendance. The body of a Frackville man missing since February was found yesterday. 74-year-old Charles Walker was found in a shallow body of water next to the Frackville Area Municipal Authority sewage treatment plant. The discovery was made by an authority maintenance worker. Officials say no foul play is expected. Monoy City Police responded to a report of several people fighting in the street yesterday. It happened around 3 p.m. in the 900 block of East Monoy Avenue. Two men, both wanted on bench warrants, were taken into custody, 30-year-old Joshua Mooney and 28-year-old Joshua Dirk. The two are from Monoy City. Well, I went on a shoot at the Hampton Inn and honestly, I didn't want to leave. I checked out one of their newly renovated rooms with a view of the valley and boom, instant relaxation. Let's check it out. The Hampton Inn on Route 93 in Hazleton, conveniently located off of Route 81, is remodeling every room they have, and here's some of the progress. This is a look at one of the rooms that hasn't been renovated yet, with that sweet view of Cunningham Sugarloaf and Drums. And now we're going to take a look at the completely remodeled fireplace suite. There's new carpet, furniture, mattresses. Everything is new except for the view. Still amazing. Now here's a pre-renovation bathroom that we're going to show you in one of the rooms, and then you'll see the post-renovated bathroom as well. There's the old one in the room, and then we come up to the new one at Hampton Inn and Suites. Check out the Hampton Inn on Route 93. Book online or call 570-454-3449. It's the organization's most important fundraiser. Lisa Sugart has more on the one-day effort to help the Helping Hands Society.
The Helping Hands Society in Hazleton is getting ready for the big telethon taking place on April 21st at Genetti's on Route 309 in Hazel Township from noon until 11 p.m. Mary Beth Cook is the executive director of Helping Hands. Are you guys all ready yet?
No, no. It's just constant work, and there's so many things to do. But everything's coming together, and we're excited about our new venue at Genetti Ballrooms, and they have been wonderful. Pat and Amy and Julie have just been so accommodating, so we're very excited.
So it's a new venue, but an old telethon, because this has been around for a long time, raising money for a great organization. For anybody who's not familiar with the Helping Hands Society, tell us where this money will be used.
Well, the Helping Hands Society, first of all, is a facility that we deal with children with developmental delays, learning disabilities, and also typical children go here, that don't have any delays or anything. So any child can attend here. And we have an amazing staff and board of directors and CHIPS members that raise money for us. And the success that we have with how children start here and when they're leaving on graduation day is phenomenal. I mean, the staff is top-notch, well-educated, just work from the heart.
Absolutely, and we love coming here to see all these great kids. So this is a telethon to raise money for the Helping Hand Society, but while we're close to the date itself, you could still use a couple more sponsors, so tell us about that.
Absolutely. I mean, in this day and age, there's so many fundraisers and so many things going on, but we desperately need people to call that day or to call now and say they want to come and make a presentation, be a sponsor, do anything. And we have many, many activities going on that day. And most really exciting news we just got the other day, we have an autographed helmet from the Eagles, a Super Bowl helmet.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're really excited about that. And there's going to be some surprise visitors for the children. And we also have a wheel. We're going to have a wheel that is filled with envelopes with prizes in them. You pay $5, you pick an envelope, and you're guaranteed at least a $5 prize.
Wow, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah,
Can't
it's
beat
great.
that.
Yeah.
So there's this great auction with all the items like Mary Beth just said, and maybe you have an item that you could donate for this auction, or you have a tricky tray that you'd like to donate to help out as well, or a monetary donation to be a sponsor.
I don't want to forget, the children will be performing all day. They'll be on the 12 o'clock hour, the 1, the 5 and 6, and then they're also going to be making check presentations. Instead of having the big host do it, we're going to have the little ones come out and do, yeah, so we really try to showcase them as much as possible. And they've been working very hard on their songs.
Oh, that's a great idea. Oh my goodness, that is wonderful. So please help out any way you can, but be sure to watch on the 21st or stop by Janetti's on Route 309 for the Helping Hand Society Telethon. You'll certainly be glad you did.
Always a good time at Helping Hands. Thank you, Lisa. Well, coming up next, our Volunteer of the Week segment and our local history segment. And in sports, we'll check out Hazleton area softball's autism awareness game. This is SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
The Greater Hazleton Historical Society and Museum does its best to preserve the history of this community, and right now it needs your help to keep that history going. Charles McElwee is a member of the Board of Directors. He's the Vice President for the Greater Hazleton Historical Society and Museum. A campaign is underway. You're trying to raise money, and you're also doing some renovations. So the days gone by is getting a new look.
Right, and the new look is really returning to how it looked. So the museum right now, we're in the coming months, we're going to be embarking on the facade rehabilitation project to restore the Pioneer Firehouse facade to essentially how it looked in the early 1920s when it was completed in 1924. So again, it's 3 stories, and yes, people associate it as the former Pioneer Firehouse, but before that, and before that building was constructed, it was the site of Hazleton's Borough Hall, and then technically Hazleton City Hall before the current City Hall was completed in 1912, 1913. But we have raised money for the facade work, so that will be beginning this year. But the upkeep for that museum, it just never ends. It's an old historic building in the heart of downtown Hazleton, and it houses one of the largest collections of artifacts in northeastern Pennsylvania. But we can't continue to operate that museum, and of course we see all the revitalization work going on downtown. We want to be a part of that, but we can't continue our mission unless we raise money. And we have continued to raise money, and it's really important for us to raise awareness about this, not only for the continued operation of our museum, but for the projects we're involved with as well. And we would really appreciate those donations, because we're not only involved with this upkeep of the museum, we want to put on programming for the area. We've had many academic lectures widely attended over the years. We'll continue to have walking tours this upcoming year. And of course, we have the ongoing Historic District project, which does require a continued raising the money, because we want to get to the second phase, which focuses on the revitalization of the proposed Church Street neighborhood.
All righty, so it's very easy for people to help out if they are so willing to do so. And I just saw Tom gave us this picture in the paper the other day with the Kmart sign. I mean, as soon as, unfortunately we lost a store, but hopefully we'll gain others, but right away, things are donated to that historical society. So that's where we know where everything is from days gone by, right in that building.
Yes, so if you go in the museum, the first thing you'll see is the giant Knotty Pine sign that stood on 309 for decades, and that is what greets you. So yes, we have a rather extensive collection of signs from stores and restaurants of the past, but that's just a minute part of so many parts of this collection. So I encourage people to donate, and of course, reach out to us, and perhaps we can arrange a tour.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Check out this weather shot from the big city of Wilkes-Barre. Our John Eric Polai was up there today working on a sports story you'll see next week. Here's our forecast now from the National Weather Service. Tonight will be mostly cloudy. Get this, low of 53 degrees. That's awesome. Tomorrow, even better, partly sunny, high near 72 degrees. It will be windy, wind gusts as high as 21 miles per hour. At night, we'll have a low of 53 degrees, partly cloudy. Saturday, 20% chance of some rain, partly sunny with a high of 69 degrees. Saturday night, 40% chance of showers, mostly cloudy, low of 48. Sunday will have a high of 56, 70% chance of showers. At night, 90% chance of showers, low of 45. We're down to 55 degrees on Monday, showers expected, and then mostly cloudy Monday night, low of 31 degrees. Who is this week's Volunteer of the Week? The person, couple, or group who make this a better place to live. It's brought to you by Workforce Resources Staffing Company in West Hazleton. With temporary to permanent jobs and seasonal and temporary placements, you must apply in person. And now here's Lisa with our Volunteer of the Week.
Well, I have been interviewing this gentleman for many years and always for volunteer work. So it was no-brainer that we would make Tony Colombo our Volunteer of the Week for this week. He is now a Hazleton City Councilman. He works for PennDOT. And somehow, in amidst all of this, he does extreme amount of volunteering on a regular basis. And Tony, first of all, I want to say congratulations. I know you've been a volunteer with fire companies throughout the area, the Heights, the city, West Hazleton. You've been doing so much good work for over the years. The 9/11 Memorial is a permanent memorial up outside of Holy Rosary Church. You were involved in that, and you've made sure that to this day we have a 9/11 memorial service each and every year here in Hazleton with strong ties to New York City.
Yes, we started that the year right after the first year, and Father Pat and I, we talked, we have to do something. We will never forget that horrible day, and that monument will go on long after I'm gone. I hope someone takes over and just remembers those poor souls that died that day.
Absolutely. And I commend you for that alone, that you've done that for the city, but you've done so much more for our area as well. One of the things that really, stay with me as well is that there was a fatal fire, unfortunately, in Hazleton. You wanted a monument for the two children that were killed in that fire, so tell us about that.
Well, we had a fire up on 5th Street up by St. Joe's Church and School several years ago that two little boys were perished. It was a horrible day, horrible evening that night. We lost two little boys, and what the fire department did, we've adopted the family, and we got real close with the family. We had the service when we buried the two little boys, and we weren't done yet. We said we got to do something to remember these two little boys, because the one little boy was prior to that was Fire Safety Week, and he told one of our guys that he wanted to be a firefighter. So we took it on, and we raised money, and we actually dedicated a tombstone memorial marker up at St. Gabriel Cemetery. And God rest his soul, Father Pat came with us, and we walked from Holy Rosary Church up Poplar Street to the cemetery and had a whole dedication. We had the bagpiper, the whole 9 yards, and dedicated it to these little boys. And since then, the Sanders family, we've been real close. And we just did our Easter dinner, and the little boys, they left, Mom and Dad came, Uncle Tony's here. And the kids, we just loved them, and they loved the fire department. So it was something good came out of something bad.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you made reference to the Easter dinner, so that's one of the dinners that you've been involved with helping out as well, because we know there's a Thanksgiving dinner, a Christmas dinner in our community, free to those in need or those who just want company, and you helped get started the Easter dinner because you said what?
7 years ago, I was sitting in the back of Holy Rosary Church with Father Pat, And I had an idea in this little head of mine, and he says, "What's your idea?" I said, "Well, Father, you know, Christmas the people eat, Thanksgiving they eat." I said, "What do they do on Easter? Nobody's open. Where do they turn? Meals on Wheels doesn't deliver. What are we going to do?" He said, "Well, it's Holy Week, so we can't have it here." He said, "But knowing you and Joe Bugden, you will get it done." Well, we reached out to Neil Alberto at Catholic Social Services, and we've had the first dinner there, and now it's 7 years later, and it's getting bigger and stronger each year. This year we plated 1,000 meals between deliveries and sit-in.
Wow, that's fabulous. There's so much more I could talk to this gentleman about. I just want to make quick reference. I know you've helped out with flood victims in Chickashinny. Anytime there was a hurricane anywhere, you packed a truck and sent down supplies. If you know a Tony Colombo like this, someone else who does a lot for the community, please email me at lisa@ssptv.com, and we would like to honor your nominee as our Volunteer of the Week.
Thank you, Lisa, and congratulations to Tony. Very deserving. Well, while you're taking a look at your midday winning lottery numbers on our green screen, let me tell you that we have a double header of Hazleton Area High School softball coverage coming up after this break in sports. I'll see you then.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
World Autism Awareness Day was April 2nd. It will be observed in the Hazleton Area School District tomorrow. Students and faculty can wear special shirts that were sold or another blue shirt to show support. Blue was everywhere just outside of the school on Thursday at the Hazleton Area High School at the softball field for the Lady Cougars' second annual Autism Awareness Game. While the Hazleton area softball team was warming up in their special autism awareness shirts, their head coach Heather Knatt was helping Allura Savage get ready for her first pitch. Just before Savage made her way to the circle, one of the Lady Cougar players put a blue ribbon in her hair so she would match the team's look. Then it was showtime for Savage and Jacob Canavan. The two Hazleton area school district students living with autism tossed out impressive first pitches before the Lady Cougars game with Abington Heights.
How do you feel you did? I mean, how do you think it went out there? How was your pitch?
Awesome!
What did you learn today? Did you maybe get some tips from some of the coaches or anything?
Of course I did.
What advice would you give me if I wanted to throw out a first pitch?
Yeah, throw the pitch.
Just do it.
Yeah, thanks.
And don't be afraid. Just don't be nervous.
Yeah, I'm not nervous.
You
Trust
weren't
me.
I mean, were you kind of nervous going out there with all those people?
I get all nervous for people.
So how did you overcome that? I mean, you threw a great pitch. I mean, that was like a strike.
I got one pitch at the time. I throw just like a baseball.
The softball team sold these shirts to raise money for their classmates with autism. Their sales helped the school district sell 2,300 shirts. The money raised will be used to buy items that will help autistic students in the classroom.
Actually, Heather reached out to me last year. Coach Nat reached out to me last year about wanting to get her students involved. They helped sell the shirts this year and last year, and then to ask to have our students involved in throwing out the first pitch really meant, I think, a lot to all of us.
For people who maybe aren't affected by it, what do you hope they get out of the story we're doing? What do they hope they learn about autism, or what do you hope they take away from what we're doing here today?
I hope that they just understand that we're just all one community, and certain people may have certain differences, but we work together, we accept each other, and it's all about being kind.
Abington Heights also sported the special autism awareness shirts, and they gave an assist to the Lady Cougars by raising $270 for the cause.
It was awesome that Abington Heights participated in this. I mean, to come in, we for basketball, I know, go to Crestwood with their cancer game. It's fun to participate in other schools like that, and it was an awesome day when they threw out the first pitches. That was just awesome to see.
And a new tradition continues for the Hazleton area softball team and the entire Cougar family. To see how the Lady Cougar Autism Awareness Game got its start, head to ssptv.com, click on shows, and then go to Out of Left Field and find the episode titled It's All About Family from May of last year. After the first pitch, it was time to play ball, and the Lady Cougars moved to 6-0 on the year with a 9-2 victory over Abington Heights. Let's take a closer look at three critical plays in the game. Holding on to a 3-0 lead in the top of the fifth inning, Hazleton area sophomore shortstop Marissa Trivalpiece held on to this great diving catch to end the inning and the threat from Abington Heights, who had a runner in scoring position.
All right, so those are actually like my favorite kind of catches to do. I did one in the summer for the first time, and it's just like, I don't know, it's like the best feeling ever. It was kind of like in slow motion though, that one, like it was like a lob kind of line drive, if that makes sense. And I don't know, I just love diving too, so like that was just perfect. I don't know, it was like right there.
Did you have to dive for it?
I don't really know. I mean, sometimes I just do it to be safe, but it was kind of out of reach and I was falling, so I just kind of went with it and kind of made it look nice.
In the bottom of the fifth, Olivia Wolk drove in 2 runs with a single, and then Julia Morocco blasted a 3-run home run to make it 8-0 Hazleton area. Morocco went after the first pitch of the at-bat and says her and her teammates agree that's usually the best pitch you're going to get.
Is that your first of the season, or have you had?
The first of the season, yeah.
Yeah, does it feel good to get under your belt and kind of?
Oh yeah, it's nice to start getting into that groove, and even like Marissa and Kira, they're starting to hit home runs too, and I'm sure everyone else's Mooney hit one the other day in JV, so you never know, there's probably more to come. So
expect a lot more from Morocco, Trival Peace, Julia Mooney, Kira, and Tolik and company before the season is over. The Lady Cougars' potent offense works by using power and finesse. They can hit bombs, but they can also do this. Becca Rossi bunted to get on here and then stole second base. She eventually came home to put Hazleton area up 1-0 over Abington Heights. In the top of the fourth, the Lady Cougars were looking for a shutdown inning, and they got it. After a leadoff walk, Trival Peace started a huge 6-4-3 double play. She almost made 2 of her favorite defensive plays in one game.
Like diving behind third base to get a ball, and when I turned a double play by myself up the middle. Those are like my 2 like those are I like those.
You started double play today, right?
Yeah, I started one. I was debating on taking it, but it was a little too far, but those are my favorite ones to take.
Trival Peace will have other chances to pull off both of her favorite defensive plays in one game. After all, it's a long season, and so far so good for the Lady Cougars. So there was another great defensive play that I didn't get on camera. Morocco dove to make a beautiful grab in right field to end the game, and I feel terrible because it was so magnificent. So let's go to the social report before I feel even worse.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's talk of the town. The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce will be having a cybersecurity workshop on Wednesday, April 18th from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. You must RSVP for this event by this Friday. To RSVP, you can call the Chamber at the number on your screen or go to hazletonchamber.org. And the YWCA in Hazleton will be having an open house and craft and vendors fair on Saturday, April 14th from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. For more information on this event, you can call the YWCA at 570-455-2046. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Michael Esposito Sr. of Hazleton. Mass is Saturday at 11 a.m. at Most Precious Blood Church in Hazleton. Friends may call Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Firo Funeral Home in Hazleton. Adeline Krasney of McAdoo. The Stanley E. Lasky Funeral Home in McAdoo will announce the arrangements. Gloria F. Pasden of Tom Hicken. Funeral is Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Harmon Funeral Home in Rock Glen. Friends may call Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. at the funeral home. And Thomas J. Salata III of McAdoo. The Stanley E. Lasky Funeral Home in McAdoo will announce their arrangements. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name now on SSPTV News, you can call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Today's winner is Joshua Smith of Monomoy City. Call now and leave a message at 570-455-7267 extension 104 for your free movie.
John Eric Poli fans, set your DVRs for next Tuesday and Thursday. He'll have sports stories on those days, exciting ones, as well as we get ready for some big events next weekend. That's it for tonight, everyone. I'll see you on Friday. Take it easy.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.